Hello, welcome to another NS9 Postgame Show hosted by yours truly, Cody Coleman. Solo again, once again, on a day game, as tradition, you know. But then Buccos, we split the Leland Cup. We beat the Detroit Tigers 8-0. And who would have thought playing Rodolfo Castro would work, right? I just think everybody here thought that, right? So anyway, let's get into it. We start off with a decent first inning. I had it up here. It went away. First inning went all right. I mean, not much offense in that first inning, but then we go to the defensive side and Rich Hill. Rich Hill having one of his best starts so far as a Pittsburgh Pirate. He lets up a run with the first batter, and then the next 5 outs are strikeouts. So tip my cap to Rich Hill. Played phenomenal today. Can't ask for much more than that. He went 6 innings, perfect. Like, that's all we need from you. Let up 1 hit, had two base on balls and 7 strikeouts, but he looked great out there. Not much to complain about with Rich Hill. He's an older guy. He's allowed to do the weird things with his arm, right? I think that's maybe what led to those 2 walks that he let up. But when you give 7 strikeouts and you don't give up any runs, you can't be mad about it. So let's get into the start of the offense for the Pirates today. Austin Hedges getting gifted an RBI double. I believe it was 2 RBIs. He's just got to send a thank you card to, I think his name's Verling, who played center field today for the Tigers, because he gifted him an RBI double. I mean, that's just a guy that's out there that probably doesn't know how to play center field too well. And he lets the ball get out of his glove, or he didn't even find the glove. It hit off the tip of the glove. So that gets the offense started. That's all right. Like, it's difficult because we keep making this case for Henry and for Endy to get called up, and then these fluke things just happen for Austin Hedges. Anytime there's pressure on him, he finds a fluke way to make himself look valuable on offense. I don't like it. I see through it, actually. And you can only hope that the front office will see through it as well. So let me get the box score. I had it up, but it went away. Let's see. Let's go through the summary. That's a little easier to do. Also, I want to comment on – I'm going to get through the negative first. Let's get through the negative first. Owings. I don't think he had a hit today. Okay, I lied. He had 1 hit, but he was 1 for 5. He left 3 on base. I mean, it's been reiterated here time and time again. When you don't employ major league hitters, they're not going to give major league at bats. So I think that's really Hedges and Owings are the only negatives I really have today. So let's get into the positives of the Pirates offense. Rudy's back in the lineup, and I don't know where he's been. Don't know why he hasn't been in there. But Doug coming in with the Hedges propaganda, Austin Hedges player of the game. And then Brandon, thank you. The 1 hit that Owings had was a bunt. So still, like, it's not super productive, right? So Rudy back in the lineup. Who would have thought putting a good player in your lineup would work, right? Rudy comes in. He ends up going 2 for 4. He drew 1 walk, 2 walks, drew 1 walk, had 2 RBIs. And he had the home run. And I mean, we don't know why he wasn't in the lineup. We don't know if there was some sort of injury. Maybe we do. I'm talking with Donardo and Jim and Tyler and Ryan. I don't know. I didn't see anywhere that said, "Oh, Rudy's hurt." So now we finally get him in the lineup and we win a game. And so far this season, we have a winning record when we have Rodolfo Castro in the lineup. So I think he should be at second base from here on out. I don't see any other reason not to put him there. His defense, of all the options that we have, his defense isn't superb, but it's serviceable. And offensively, he comes through like he did today. Let's go through the rest here. Reynolds had 3 hits. That was great. 3 hits. He was hit around the bases 2 times, so he scored 2 times. No RBIs, though. That's okay. Who else had RBIs? We had McCutchen with an RBI. Santana had an RBI. Connor Joe had an RBI. And that's another thing that and Hedges obviously had 3 RBIs. He had another hit as well. And Doug, there he is. Hedges 2 of 4 with 3 RBIs and called a great game with a winky face there. And that's what I keep saying, Doug. The propaganda. Anytime Hedges is his back's against the wall, he pulls something out of his hat to make him look like he belongs on this team. But yeah, offensively, and I was about to say something that I've come to notice when I'm watching ball games when Rodolfo Castro is in the starting lineup. You notice that McCutchen comes through, Santana comes through, and then Connor Joe comes through. And I've only really noticed that when Castro's in the lineup. I'm not saying Castro is a good luck charm for those 3 guys. I think I'm saying he might be a catalyst for the offense. He's a guy that he can. I know he's at the bottom of the lineup, but when we get to that point, he usually comes through with a hit, RBI, home run, double, something. And it gets everybody woken up a little bit. Like, hey, let's go. We got somewhere to go. Mark Lancaster, this was a tremendous and much-needed outing. I hope Rich Hill's gem doesn't get overlooked. And I agree. I talked about it at the top here. Rich Hill had a great start. But, yeah, the offense was good. Bay had a couple good at-bats. Bay struck out twice. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read the thing here, and I mixed up base on balls with strikeouts. But anyway, good win altogether. The guys that usually come through came through. Reynolds, I think, he had 3 hits, but I think he needs to wake up a little more. Hayes going 0 for 5 in the leadoff spot. That's probably the biggest negative offensively. We had Kutch yesterday start in that spot, and it worked out all right. I mean, we still lost, but I think he got a hit from that position. But Hayes, 0 for 5 in the leadoff. We got to find a consistent leadoff guy. I think that's the biggest thing at this point. And I think Shelton did a good job yesterday trying to be like, all right, let's shake it up. Let's see if Kutch can be that guy. And then they went back to normal today with Castro in the lineup. So they're still trying to feel things out, it seems like. Let's see what everybody's saying here. Mark says, I like Castro, tighten up that defense. And I agree. I think his offense, out of all the second basemen that we have, makes up for his defense. And I still don't think the defense is terrible. Doug said the success might be because they're facing a lefty, and I agree. Facing a lefty with these guys, especially with Castro and Santana's having good lefty numbers, it's going to help, right? But I still just think Castro's a good player. Like, he can get it done. Doug also added, this was the April Pirates, and I 100% agree. I hope that this is the start of something new and exciting and feels like April. And I guess I was listening to the game, or I was watching the game and listening to the announcers. It was Brownie and Matt Caps today. They were talking about people were giving them crap for doing rally caps in the second inning. I didn't care. I thought, all right, they think this is going to be another blowout. They're trying to have fun on the job. Like I've announced college games where it's a drag and you're just trying to think of ways to entertain yourself. And they did that in the second inning. And hey, we end up with an 8-0 win. And they said, hey, don't give us any credit for it, but the rally caps worked. And I have to agree with them. The rally caps worked. Thank you, Brownie and Matt Caps. This might have been the, superstition thing, like the superstitious way to wake up this team. But anyway, on a real note, this team just played very well today. Like Doug said, this was the April Pirates. This was the team that we saw at the beginning of the season, and they played well. Like I said, we still have to figure out shortstop. Owings being there is not going to work. Bay can't play it. We got to figure out who we can bring up to play shortstop and be serviceable. But if Owings' defense is good enough, I guess, you just got to kind of fill the spot until you can get Cruz back, and that won't be until the end of the season. Matthew Bunk says, I'm going to the game on Friday. Have fun, sir. That sounds like a lot of fun. I think that they were advertising that's the drone show. So they're getting rid of them Zambellis, and they're going to throw some drones out there, huh? A little Yinzer breakdown there for you. But yeah, have fun. I know we are going to be at PNC Park June 3rd. That's when we will be doing the tailgate and everything. So we got that coming up. Tailgate. I guess I'm going to wrap this up. Not much. This goes really smooth when you have a win, right? This post-game stuff goes really smooth when you have a win. There's not a lot of negatives to talk about. I'm just going to wrap it up, I guess. So, right. The tailgate, June 3rd. Reiterate that. Be there. We're thinking about 2 separate spots. Thank you for the shout out on the Thunderbirds, Wheeling Thunderbirds t-shirt. This is courtesy of our friends over at Pittsburgh Clothing Company. Bought this a while back. But anyway, tonight or tomorrow, since there's no game, we're going to have a lot of content coming out. Hopefully this vlog, I finished the vlog while I was watching the game. It looks great. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's the first game at Lake Com from when we went to spring training. There's a lot of fun that happened at that game. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Hopefully it's ready and it's done and exported by tonight so that I can upload it. We also tomorrow have a WNS9 Plus, and that will be with Mr. Nesbitt, who has an article out about Mitch Keller because can't get enough Mitch Keller content. And then later tomorrow night, we have Jim's OOTP Out of the Park Baseball 24 stream. Very excited about that. That's always a good time. People come in, talk with Jim late night. It usually starts around 11 o'clock. But it's a good way to wind down and just watch Jim be Jim Charrington for the night. So look out for that stuff tomorrow. And yeah, great quality win by the Pirates today. Still have some holes, but the holes look smaller after today. But not by much. So I'm going to get out of here. If nobody else has any more questions, it's been nice talking to you. Once again, great Pirates win. Can't wait to see what they do on Friday. Friday, we have a schedule for who's doing post games. Let me see who's up Friday, tentatively. Jim put it out there a while ago. I didn't realize we texted this much in this group chat. But anyway, we'll obviously be here. Not sure who will be there, but they will be there, whoever it is. Oh, here we go. Friday will be Tyler and Neil. That'll be a great show for you guys. They do a great job. I think Neil does a great job of breaking down the game, and obviously Tyler's just he's entertainment plus knowledge, and you can't get enough of that. So thank you all. And we'll see you tomorrow for some more content. Have a good one. And hold on one second. Here is Jim's stupid face.
Hey, you all. Thank you for watching. I know we try to provide the most entertaining content that we can, and we'd love to spread it to as many people as possible. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you could take the 5 seconds to like this video and subscribe to the page, it helps out so much more than you know. Thank you, and let's go Bucks.